Hello YouTube, Gaming Goddess here doing a review on a game published by NIS America, Khemia Alchemists of Al-Revis, a successor to the NIS series, being the 9th game to be released in the Altaria series, but the first of 2 Khemia titles. Our game takes place at Al-Revis Academy, which is a school for young alchemists, so let's jump into it and see what this game's all about. So to start things off, I want to go through the characters that we have in this game. First, we are introduced to our main character, Vane. The game's main focus is on this kid. We first see him with the personality of shy, weak, very timid, but throughout the game he matures quite a bit and we can see that he cares deeply for his friends and will do anything to protect them. We also see that he is invited to Al-Revis Academy in our first opening cutscene, and apparently this boy is a lot more special than we thought. As we go through the story, we also learn more about his past, and it's actually pretty cool. After the orientation cutscene, we have some more dialogue with a girl named Jessica, also known as Jess. Being in the same class as Vane, she's also the first person to become friends with him. Jess is known as a klutz, and has a very optimistic look on her life. She loves alchemy, but often blows things up. But of course, that doesn't stop her. Her overall personality is friendly, compassionate, and perky, despite also being stubborn and naive. Flay is our upperclassman and our workshop leader in this game. Right at the start, he wants the main character to be a part of his workshop. He sure is something. Every cutscene I've seen with him, he's actually kind of funny. He's strong, masculine, pretty arrogant. Overall, he has a hero complex, always coming up with ideas that lead to hilarious conclusions, but he's a pretty good character, especially in combat. Nikki was also recruited by Flay. She is a beast man, half human, half cat. She's pretty energetic, outgoing, can be childish at times, has a temper, but overall she's pretty lazy and relies on everyone else to do the work for her. She also cares about her friends, despite the fact that she teases Vane quite a bit. Roxas, an out-of-season transfer, he is knowledgeable on alchemy and can come off as stubborn and annoying, though personally I love his character design and his personality in general. He's cool, sarcastic, he also tends to distance himself from the rest of the group and could be considered a lone wolf, but aside from all that, he's a man of honor and will follow every instruction given to him. Pemel is a reoccurring character in the Altaria series. She is a ghost, and her cause of death is unknown. Despite her age, she acts like a child, yet she's very sweet. She can come off as mischievous by pulling pranks on new students, and she also enjoys teasing others. She can be very manipulating as well. She is another character that I personally love. Next we have Anna, an underclassman to our main character. She's actually pretty young, probably the youngest in the whole academy, but despite her age, she's very composed, calm, and mature. She's very kind and hardworking. She can easily become paranoid, but overall, she's polite and caring and kinda acts like a mother towards the group. Our last character is Muppy, which is an alien that was dug up and was supposed to be turned in as an assignment, but instead, Vane and the others take him to their workshop and he becomes a student at the academy. He's a little strange, but overall, he has no real effect towards the game. That does it for the characters, which now leads me into my next topic on how these characters work in combat. Now, the battle system is turn-based, which isn't too hard to learn. It's actually the easiest battle system in an RPG, or at least it's easy for me. So each character can be used in combat, but you can only have a maximum of 6 members in your party. You can go and change the position of the characters in the menu that can be accessed by pressing triangle. Then scroll down to the position setting, and this is where you set up your party members. This feature is pretty cool because you can pick and choose who you want in your party. Of course, there's some points in the game where you can't select that person because they're not currently with you. When you go up to a monster, depending on if they touch you first or if you slash it with your sword will more or less determine who will attack first. But sometimes at night, even if you hit the monster, they will be able to attack you first. This is because they are more aggressive during this time. During battle, you can attack, defend, use items, use special moves, or run. Of course, special moves are going to be a lot stronger than most of your normal attacks, and they may also allow you to attack up to multiple times. These attacks fill up a gauge that allows you to do a burst attack. If you can fill up the gauge, then another gauge is there and you can fill that one up within the time limit to perform a final blow. Each character has their own unique move during the final blow option, but when it comes up, it's usually for the next person in line. It was hard at first getting the burst attacks, but I managed to get them a lot quickly as I learned how I should set up my party and what moves were effective on each monster. At the end of battle, you are awarded your items, money, and instead of XP, you get AP, which is the next topic. When you go to your grow book option in the menu, you can apply the AP to the items that you synthesize in your workshop, which I will get to in a minute, but when you apply these points, they make your character stronger, so it's kind of like leveling up in a way. Now about that workshop, you can make a variety of items that will buff your party during battle, and you can also make materials for weapons, armors, and accessories. There's plenty of shops around campus where you can get recipes and ingredients, but you can also collect these things off campus. There's so many different places that you can explore with so many different items. When collecting items, sometimes monsters will drop them. Also, you can find some in chests, barrels, and by cutting the grass. There is a feature where you can set up members from your group to go out and look for stuff as well. You can select where you want them to search, or you can have them synthesize, or just wait. This actually made synthesizing a lot easier. So since this game takes place at an academy, that means we have to attend class and turn in assignments. We are graded on the assignments if we meet the requirements for that class. Most of the time, if you can get all A's or A's and B's to fill up your report card, you'll get an extra free day. If you can't manage to do that, then you have to do detention, leaving you with only one free day. Free days can be used to do character events with your party members. If you complete all of the character side quests, then you can get a different ending depending on which character you completed. Now for some pros and cons. Well, some pros for me was that it was an overall good story. It even had some pretty good music. The battle system wasn't too hard to learn either. Navigating the map was pretty easy. You just scroll and click. Great voice acting in both English and Japanese. Cons: some of the bosses were way too hard for me. No matter how much I powered up my party, I still felt pretty weak. The cutscenes really weren't too actionist, and they didn't have any cool anime cutscenes either. The assignments were either super easy or super hard. I feel like they could have balanced it a little more. But overall, aside from the cons, it is a good game, and I would recommend it for anyone that loves JRPGs. This game gets an 8 out of 10. This has been a Gaming Goddess review, and remember to keep on gaming.